Hi, thank you so much for having me. My name is Gina Giorgio, and my talk today is about the portrayals of psychedelics in the media and the importance of ethical media framing and reporting. Many of us know about and have experience with abstinence-only drug education and public service announcements, like Just Say No and Dare. These initiatives preach the importance of a drug-free life and the harms that come with doing drugs. However, with the emergence of more psychedelic research studies and a shift towards treatment for drug use rather than criminalization, some public perceptions about drug use have begun to shift from a model of abuse to medical models and recreational models. An influx of mainstream psychedelic media coverage began on April 14th, 2021, when NBC News and The Guardian incorrectly reported on the results of an Imperial College London-based trial. The study, titled Trials of Psilocybin versus Escitalopram for Depression, published in the New England Journal of Medicine, reported that psilocybin performed at least as well as the antidepressant, since the results were not statistically significant. But both The Guardian and NBC News reported that psilocybin was as effective as the antidepressant, which was an inaccurate understatement of results. However, word spread quickly, and consequently, several other outlets like Forbes, the New York Times, and Bloomberg mimicked the as effective as language. Along these same lines, some articles have touted psychedelics as a panacea and that they can be a permanent cure for depression, PTSD, anxiety, substance use disorder, and more. But when you take a closer look at research studies and individual reports, you see that yes, psychedelics can have long-term positive effects, but for many, symptoms return after 6 months to a year. This is not to discount the therapeutic potential of psychedelics. I personally am pro psychedelic use both medically and recreationally. But patients and participants should be aware that using psychedelics for their mental health may be part of their treatment regimen long term, although more studies are needed to evaluate the safety of this long term. In addition, people should also expect to attend traditional therapy sessions before the dosing session and integration sessions after. Taking a psychedelic substance one time and expecting a miraculous result is a bit idealistic, and I believe people have been a little bit misled. Some researchers have begun to propose that now psychedelics have reached a hype bubble that's about to burst. And this claim was made specifically by Johns Hopkins researchers, Dr. David Yaden, Dr. Roland Griffiths, and Dr. James Patash. In an opinion piece published in the Journal of the American Medical Association, the three experts state that media claims began to crop up ranging from the unsubstantiated to the outlandish, that psychedelics can cure mental health and solve massive social problems and create a psychedelic utopia. We're in the midst of what Yaden and his co-authors call the psychedelic hype bubble, and they argue that scientists should be the one to burst it. Psychedelic research and our understanding of it, for all of its promise, is still at the early stages. Trials so far have had small participant pools, and while results, such as those from Imperial College London, suggest that certain substances may be useful, findings don't support any claims of these drugs being able to cure mental health conditions altogether. Personally, I don't think the hype around psychedelics is going anywhere anytime soon. There are still a lot of people who don't even know about the implications of psychedelics for health and the need for psychedelic policy reform. But with the knowledge that psychedelic research, policies, media, and people's attitudes towards drugs still have a long way to go, I think it's crucial that psychedelics in the media should be framed neutrally, not positively or negatively. I believe that portrayals should not discount the merit of antidepressants and other treatments. And I believe people should be cognizant of the context that they're framing psychedelics in. For example, psychedelics have implications for both medical and recreational use. I believe we need to move away from the simplistic and utopian messaging. Whether we enter into another phase of hype or skepticism, I think how we communicate psychedelic information should evolve to reflect the dynamic and complex nature of these substances and the subjective experiences that accompany them. Thank you.